a platoon of executing a bound and unarmed Afghan prisoner in mid-2012.
US Marine says Australian Special Forces soldiers made deliberate decision to break the rules of war.
The ABC's source was an ex-US Marine who didn't want to be identified for fear of retribution, but was happy to go on camera using a pseudonym, Josh.
The former crew chief was a helicopter door gunner on a night raid with the commandos in Northern Helmand province in mid-2012, in which the Australians had taken prisoners.
We just watched them hogtie these guys, and we knew their hands were, tied behind their backs.
He says the Australians called the US pilots to pick them up, as well as 7 prisoners. But the pilot told them there was only room on the aircraft for 6.
And you just heard a silence, and then we heard a pop, and then they said, okay, we have 6 prisoners. And so it was pretty apparent to everybody involved in that mission that they had just killed a prisoner, that we had just watched them catch and hogtie.
The US Marine was the ABC's sole witness to the killing, and he'd not actually seen it happen. And that is the difficulty with this story. Now, it must be said, Mark Willesee has done amazing work to uncover alleged war crimes, and last year he won Australian journalism's highest accolade, the Gold Walkley, for his Four Corners story Killing Fields, which revealed this damning footage of an Australian soldier shooting an unarmed Afghan prisoner.
In the man's hand appears to be a set of red prayer beads. No weapon or radio can be seen. The Afghan is compliant and quiet on the ground.
Down. Quick, no! Quick! Stop! Leave!
3 shots from close range. The Afghan is dead, and Soldier C walks off.
Willesee's stories over the last 2 years, around 24 in number, have prompted several investigations. And his book, Rogue Forces, published in August, had shocking new revelations. Other journalists who've done pioneering work in this area, like Chris Masters and Nick McKenzie, told Media Watch that Willesee is brave and principled. But his story on November Platoon has come under heavy fire, chiefly from Platoon Commander Heston Russell, who was not identified by the ABC, who dismissed the allegations on the Sunday Project days after the story went to air.
You were the commanding officer with the platoon all the time.
Yep.
And you never saw anything that has been alleged.
Absolutely. That is correct.
And you say that no prisoner was ever summarily executed that you saw.
So we're responding to the direct allegation that this Marine on a mission heard 7 detainees turn to 6 and heard a pop, and that was the execution, and that never happened.
And in the last few weeks, Russell has ramped up the pressure by writing an open letter to the ABC to say,
"This is an appalling and preposterous lie. The ABC carries the responsibility of this gross failing of basic journalistic practice."
Russell's repeated his claims several times on Sky News, and also championing his cause has been 2GB's Ben Fordham, who has covered the story 15 times in the last 5 weeks and hammered the ABC in interviews and editorials, demanding that Willesee and the ABC take action.
What a shameful and embarrassing situation this is. The ABC needs to wake up and accept that they've got this wrong. Mark, this one is garbage.
There are still issues to consider about the ABC's November Platoon story, where a petition demanding an independent review of its allegations has now gathered almost 25,000 signatures. 2 weeks ago, the ABC announced that Audience and Consumer Affairs is now investigating Russell's official complaint about the programme. So what are they likely to find? Well, the key problem is that the ABC had only one witness to the alleged killing, and he did not actually see the prisoner being shot. The US Marine heard a pop over the radio and was told that 7 prisoners were now 6. And while other members of the US helicopter crew supposedly heard what he heard and reached the same conclusion, the ABC had none of them to back him up. So, why does the ABC believe that is enough? It told us in a statement.
The story was based on credible information from interviews with multiple confidential sources in Australia and the US.
But the fact remains that only one of them witnessed the alleged killing. The ABC also says there is now
an active criminal investigation into the conduct of an Australian commando platoon in Afghanistan in 2012.
And to back up that claim, the ABC has cited the fact that Defence rejected its FOI application on the grounds that supplying information could compromise a current investigation. However, In publishing the FOI documents, the ABC has not helped its case, because in seeking, quote,
audio copies of recorded mission communications for November Platoon during missions in Afghanistan and enemy killed in action data.
The ABC declared it was looking at the period between 1 June 2012 and 31 July 2012, when they say the alleged killing took place. And Heston Russell maintains his men were not in the area at that time.
There were no deployments into Helmand, Afghanistan during the months of June, July or even August by November Platoon. So as has been revealed, this story is not only infactual, it's impossible.
In response to that, the ABC has now changed its online story from saying it sought the FOI material covering June and July 2012 to across 2012, and added an editor's note to say,
the story has been amended to better reflect the ABC's FOI application.
Which is a strange way of acknowledging that they screwed up on the dates. So, what is the verdict? Well, we're certainly not saying the story's wrong or that it didn't happen. That'll be up to a criminal investigation to decide. And we're also not going to tell you that November Platoon was squeaky clean. In 2019, Chris Masters and Nick McKenzie revealed in The Age that a former commando from November Platoon had confessed to killing an unarmed Afghan prisoner in 2012.
One summary execution being investigated by the Brereton inquiry was carried out by a member of the Commando's November Platoon during an operation in southern Afghanistan on October the 3rd, 2012.
But despite all that, we do have an issue with Willis's story. And for us, it is this. Should the ABC have asked more questions and found more support for the allegation before publishing? And from what we've seen, the answer is yes. Mark Willis and ABC Investigations have a great track record. We certainly don't believe their story was garbage or fabricated, as Ben Fordham and Heston Russell have called it. But we believe the ABC pressed publish too soon and should either have waited or told viewers the allegation of unlawful killing was uncorroborated and might not be true. It should also have given Heston Russell a right to answer the allegations once he'd made clear, back in October 2020, that he was the November Platoon's commander. We'll see what happens to that complaint.
And that was from Media Watch this week. Some interesting things there. And that's not the whole article. There's a little bit more about the ABC sort of got back at the commander over some allegations of impropriety that he did anyway. So you're listening to PBA-FM, and this is Media Moves. Let's have a listen and see what our rapid resident reviewer Linda has been watching.
Red Notice, starring Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot. An Interpol agent tracks down the world's most wanted art thief. A very good film, with a twist. 10 out of 10. No Time to Die, starring Daniel Craig, Ralph Fiennes. Few of the originals and some new ones. James Bond has retired from the service. It's short-lived when his friend Felix turns up asking him for help, leading to the trail of a mysterious villain armed with dangerous new technology. And that villain is played by Bohemian Rhapsody's Rami Malek. Definitely a good film. 10 out of 10. And to the Media Moves host, Grant Brindle, and to the listeners, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And until next time, bye for now.
Join Linda every Thursday for Movie Music Morning for all the latest movies and DVD releases, feature artists of the week and reviews. Tune in at 9 a.m. for Linda, Movie Music Morning, on your local community radio station, PBA-FM 89.7.
And a thank you to Linda for her unfailing reviews that she's done every month for this program, as you heard. She's on air tomorrow morning, so you can catch more of her here on the station tomorrow morning. Now, I did say that we've got some giveaways later on the program, and here is the trailer for one of those.
We need relevant writers that can make us relevant again. Is there anyone dead we can revive?
Maybe, but he's not dead.
Who?
Harris Shaw.
He's dead. Bugger off.
Let's try again.
Really? I mean, he's
was it?
probably... Did Do you know he shot his last assistant because he mistook him for a bear?
Oh,
How is that even possible?
I don't believe you can't believe everything.
Oh, we're not bears! We're not bears!
We at Stanbridge Publishing believe that is your signature, so you owe us a book.
Shut up.
Anything you want to show me?
You pound of flesh. I won't do the bloody tour.
Do the tour, or I edit the book. Those are your choices.
This is a book tour. Why don't I read something? Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
No one's interested in the book. They're interested in this freak show.
This man is the book reviewer for the Times.
I don't like book critics. And I found it totally pessimistic. You're all bullshit.
It is not selling, okay? No one is buying it.
I can't get him to do anything. All I am to him is his driver and his Scotch Sherpa. Let's go. Do you want to buy a book?
You want to know what I think? Times have changed.
Hashtag bullshit!
How a book is released today has become just as meaningful as its content.
Eden was gone, no longer within reach. God was done with mistakes.
Well, that was too melodramatic. You vanquished my fears, and for that, I am forever grateful.
He's made me nuts, hasn't he?
I know. Mr. Shaw, what is your book about?
Be brave.
Yes.
Be truthful. Even the worst of us get lucky.
Somehow, you have over 20,000 followers.
Christ had followers. It didn't end well for him.
The Bible was a bestseller, wasn't it?
And that's the film Bestsellers with Michael Caine and Aubrey Plaza. And I think that is on at the moment at local cinemas. So chance to win one of those double passes a bit later in the program. Now, with the end of the year, we go back and look at how things have been going. For example, Google has published the top 10 trending searches in Australia for the past year. And with 7 of the top 10 being related to, guess what, sport. The top overall searches were, number 1, the NBA, which of course is the American Basketball League Association. Number 2 was the AFL. Number 3 was Australia versus India. Number 4 was the NRL. Number 5 was Euro 2021. Number 6 was Wimbledon. Number 7 was the Olympic medal tally. Number 8, COVID New South Wales. You think COVID would have been up higher. Number 9 is CoinSpot, which is an Australian cryptocurrency exchange platform that sponsors both the GT World Challenge drivers Fraser Ross and Liam Talbot, and also the Western Bulldogs. And number 10 was the late Prince Philip. The top 10 meanings and definitions that were looked for. Number 1 was emancipated, the meaning of that. Number 2 was insurrection, the meaning of that. Number 3 was gaslighting. Number 4 was NAIDOC. Number 5, and I first learned about this term this year, NFT, non-fungible tokens, which is a way of digitally encrypting objects or digital objects. Now, number 6 is Omicron, the meaning of Omicron. Number 7 is frigid. Number 8 is narcissist. Yes, I'll get that right. Number 9 is ROC, and number 10 is sedition. In a blog post about the trends, Google Australia Communications and Public Affairs Manager Camilla Ibrahim said, "Our obsession with sport shines through again this year as the top 7 queries overall relate to basketball, footy, cricket, tennis and the Olympics. Despite restrictions on events and travel, we tuned in to cheer on our teams, track scores and share in the moments that made history. Both homegrown and international female athletes were standouts this year. We celebrated Ash Barty's heroic win at Wimbledon, Ariana Titmus's Olympic triumph, and followed the journeys and resilience of Naomi Osaka, Simone Biles and Emma Raducanu." So that was what we were looking for in Google. Also, YouTube have listed their list of top creators, trending videos, top 5 Australian creators, top 10 breakout creators. Needless to say, over 90% of watch time on content produced by YouTube channels comes from outside of Australia. Collectively, these top 10 videos were watched more than 455 million times, and the channels behind them totalled more than 268 subscribers. The top Australian creator was gaming and commentary channel, I've never heard of it, Laserbeam, whose channel currently sits at 19.4 million subscribers, and their I Spent $8,000 Beating GTA, Grand Theft Auto, ranked 6th in the top 10 trending video lists. In terms of Australian creator, Superwog's Season 2, Episode 1, The P-Plates, took second place in the top trending videos, which is currently at 7,544,655 views. Superwog's channel was also named as the second of the top Australian creators. The video is a full episode from the second series of Superwog by Theodore and Nathan Saiden that aired on the ABC iView on the 13th of June. Let's have just a quick listen to what that sounds like.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. Dad, I want to drive.
Okay, tomorrow.
No, you said that yesterday.
What did I say?
You said tomorrow I'll take you for a drive.
Is today tomorrow or today?
It's today.
Okay, tomorrow I'll take you for a drive.
No, take me now.
I cannot move the car, you idiot.
Why not?
Because the neighbor will take the spot.
So?
Last time he left it there for 3 weeks and blocked my view.
View of what? There's nothing to look at. You have a driveway, just park there.
The spot in front of my house is for me and nobody else.
What, so you're not going to use the car now? You're going to sit here trapped?
No, I'm free to use the car whenever I want. I just have to wait until he comes home first.
Okay, so when he comes home, can he take me?
No.
Why not?
Because today is Tuesday, and he normally takes the car to the gym at around 10.
Then snap out of it! Take me for a drive!
The car will not move 1 centimetre.
And that's a snippet from Superwog 1, which is in the took second place in the top trending videos on YouTube. The number one spot was Mr. Beast. I've never heard of, but he's the number one in program and also number one overall creator. And his I Spent 50 Hours Buried Alive video, which is at 147,662,122 views, topped the list. Let's have a listen to what you've been missing out on YouTube if you haven't watched this.
I'm going to spend the next 50 hours buried alive in this coffin. Probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. Boys, seal me up! Welcome to my coffin. I have a camera here, and down by my feet. Oh, stop. All right, we're set. Boys, can you hear me? Yes, over. Bury me alive. All right. This is terrifying. Oh my gosh. I can feel the weight of the dirt on top of me.
Hey, bud.
Hi.
This is the last time you're going to see us on the outside world.
Good. I heard Carl yell, "Here it comes," so I assume something's about to happen.
Yeah! Is it full? No. All right, time lapse. I'm getting it off. There you go. It's off.
The tombstone has been placed?
Yeah, very, very gently placed.
That means the challenge has officially begun. I'm going to spend the next 50 hours buried alive. I'm terrified. Can you prove I'm buried underground currently? Or step on me. That works as well. Gentlemen, go look at the trunk of Tariq's car.
Why are we going to your car? I don't think that's...
Oh! Wow! If for whatever reason I get out early, You guys get to tase me.
What part of your body do you want tased?
I don't know. Where do people normally get tased?
The balls.
Is it bad that I kind of already have to pee? It's literally only been like an hour. Whenever I do these challenges, people are always like, Fake, you didn't show us how you use the bathroom. Well, since you guys want to know, this is how. I'll be back in a second. I feel much better now.
And that's a snippet of the top trending video in Australia for YouTube 2021, Mr. Beast's How I Spent 50 Hours Buried Alive. I had a look at it and I thought, I don't know most of these people. Anyway, we heard from about the bestsellers trailer. I think we've run out of time for the other ones, which is A Boy Called Christmas, which is a nice tale about the origins of Santa Claus, and also an animated one called Welcome to Smellyville. So just at the end of the program, in a few seconds' time, I'll give you an opportunity to ring and get tickets of that. But just as we go, and remember, no program in January. We always go into hiatus in January. On this day in 1980, this was the day that John Lennon was shot 5 times by 25-year-old Mark Chapman outside the Dakota building in New York City, where John and Yoko lived. Chapman had been waiting for Lennon outside the Dakota apartment since mid-morning and had asked for an autograph earlier in the day. Lennon was pronounced dead from a massive loss of blood at 11:30 p.m. Chapman has since said he shot the former Beatle because he wanted to steal his fame, stating that now he was a bigger nobody than he was before. He also revealed he planned to kill for 3 months and considered murdering other celebrities who he thought were phonies. He's still in prison 41 years later, and I think he's facing his 11th bid for freedom, but they still think he's still a risk because he might go and pop off somebody else. Anyway, that's me for the year. That's me for the program. If you want to win one of those passes, 82503735, and tell me what were the passes. What were the passes? And to finish off, none other than, of course, a little bit of Beatles, a little bit of John Lennon, and Imagine. So till next year, have a good time. Grant Riddle saying goodbye.